fam, welcome back to my channel. Today I have the April monthly message for all of my Libras out in the collective today. For those of you that are new, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen. I'm a spiritual advisor, intuitive coach, and I provide you with guidance and wisdom and inspiration every week right here on this channel. We truly appreciate and value each and every single one of you. So all we can do is ask that you please subscribe. Give us a like as it truly does help our content. Comment down below if you desire and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I release new content. Let's get into your message today, Libra. All right, all of you amazing Libras out there, this is going to be your April monthly message. As you know, I've already pre-shuffled the cards. I do take jumpers from the pack because I don't like to choose my own cards, and note that this is also going to be a general message, so it will not resonate with every single Libra out there. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. We're going to start off with an oracle card because I like to see where you are energetically, as that usually ties into the tarot. So let's get into it. Angels, archangels, guides, ascendant masters, where are the Libras currently this month? What information, what insight can you provide me regarding where they are energetically? Okay, we have a ton of messages for you, Libra, so let's see. Okay, all right, I sort of have to get this all. Okay, this is really interesting. This is like a mini reading for you here, Libra. Let's be clear. Okay, all right, we're gonna get right into it. So first card up, we have Compass, and it came out in reverse. Compass really speaks about following your true north. So my question to you here, Libra, is why are you not following your gut? Why are you not following your instincts? This is really telling me that you're not really doing that. It's almost like you sort of lost your way, almost like you're not really following your heart. Okay. This Compass is really wanting you to sort of listen to what your heart is asking you. Really allow yourself to feel which direction it's wanting you to move in. It's asking you to make a big change here. And I feel like you're not really doing that. We then have Deep Freeze, okay? And this really speaks about maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you feel it's not the right time. But what I kind of feel this is saying is that it's telling you that yes, there is a right time to make necessary changes, but because it's in reverse, it's now time. Like now is the time for you to make this change. And I guess my question is really going to be, why are you so stuck on, like, are you afraid? I really feel that you're afraid. You're afraid of letting go and actually putting forth the action steps towards this change. We then have Cleaning House in reversed, okay? So what this really represents is, whenever we have to make change, whether it's when we move or whether it's moving into a new job, moving into a new house, we have to sort of get everything in order and allow ourselves to really clean out the old, right? Because this is in reverse, this really tells me that you sort of been feeling that things in your life have sort of been changing very rapidly, almost to the point that which is why I feel that you have this deep freeze, because you're sort of, it's almost like, almost nearly everything from your life is completely gone. And now you feel like you're having to start all over. I kind of wonder here, Libra, if some of you out in the collective are actually going through a dark night of the soul experience, which would really answer all of this. Because when you are going through a dark night of the soul experience, what that really means is that you are sort of the old part of you is dying away. The things that once resonated with you or once felt right are sort of dissipating. It's like everything is just sort of falling apart. You have a coming apart here, which really signifies to me that you're sort of discovering the duality of who you are. And it's like you're sort of, the old parts of you are sort of dying off or crumbling away, and the newer parts of you are sort of coming to the surface. So I really feel that this is what this really signifies, that you all are going through this dark night of the soul experience where everything is just sort of falling apart and you sort of feel like what else could possibly go wrong, right? Then we have Gentle Gardener. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. If you have the mentality here, Libra, that what else could possibly go wrong, remember that your thoughts are things. Everything that you think about, that you put forth a lot of emotion into, especially when you're coming from a place of everything is just sort of like disappearing, right? Everything is changing and it's changing so rapidly. And you're almost like, Libras like to be very balanced. And this can be very jarring and very challenging for a Libra, especially when everything seems to be happening at once. And what the Gentle Gardener really brings to this message is, number one, be gentle with yourself. Number two, recognize that whatever is going away or whatever is fading out or whatever is leaving your life, it's leaving space for you to create something new or to bring something new in to replace that which you've lost, okay? The Gentle Gardener is really about you sowing those seeds. You really asking yourself, okay, so if all of these friends have now left my life, what kind of friends do I really want, right? Like really envision and really ask yourself and create the thoughts and the seeds with the emotions of what you're really wanting to replace the things that have left you, okay? So number one, be gentle with yourself. Be very, 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 very gentle with yourself here, my friends, Libra, because you're going through a very massive change. And this massive change is going to feel very, what's the right word? It's going to feel frightening, very frightening for you, which is why you sort of feel like you're not, it's almost like you feel like you're not going in the direction that you're wanting to go, which is probably why you sort of not moved. But recognize that you're going to be okay. Let's see what the Tarot has to bring into this message here, Libra. Let's see what additional information they can provide. What additional information? Yeah, see, you have the Tower. It's the first card. You are starting right at the Tower. So recognize that when you get a Tower here, Libra, it's really divine change, okay? It doesn't have to be bad. I think a lot of times people look at the Tower as something that's very bad, and it's not. What it is that change is often required in order to move us in the direction that we're supposed to go in, okay? And that's what this Tower here is signifying. It's signifying that, divine change. In a traditional tarot, lightning hits the castle. It actually hits the Tower, right? And lightning is something that is done by the divine. It's not something that we can predict. It's not something that we can prepare for. It's just one of those things that happens. And sometimes that change is really required in order for us to move in the direction that we're really needing to go, okay? It's going to be very important that you be very, very, very gentle with yourself during this transition here, Libra, because don't be so hard on yourself, right? Like, whatever is leaving your life, recognize that it's leaving your life because it wasn't serving you. It wasn't providing you with what you were actually needing in the moment that you were needing it, okay? Okay. All right, let's see here. This is, okay, Libra, here we go. All right, as I mentioned earlier, you're starting off at the Tower, okay? And this Tower really represents that, you know, the divine intervention, right? What this card really says is, in the midst of all the chaos, find the light, okay? Even though things might look like they're falling apart and things are dying and everything's being destroyed, recognize that there is light within the midst of all of that, okay? We're then going to move into the Nine of Swords here, okay? This Nine of Swords is really bringing out in you, like this divine change, this Tower moment, whatever change has occurred, even in this dark night of the soul experience, you are sort of in this fear mode where you're really having to face all of your illusions and all of the fears that are being brought to you. Maybe you feel like you're all alone. Maybe you feel like you're not going to be successful, or maybe you feel like you're in it all by yourself. And I can tell you that it will feel that way, and it will feel very challenging, and it will feel very muddling, and it will sort of feel like you can't rise above. But I want you to recognize that you are going to rise above it. It just means that you have to take it one step at a time, okay? We then have the Six of Wands, which really tells me that despite all of these fears, all of these illusions that you have surrounding you, you need to be able to see yourself in the light. You need to be able to see yourself in this space of being successful and walking out of this experience at the end, having achieved the greatest transformation of all time. You need to be able to see yourself getting through whatever it is that you're going through in this moment, because that is really what is going to transpire. You need to recognize that even though things may look terrible, right? And it may feel terrible, you need to be able to see yourself being successful and standing on that stage in the light, having achieved that greatest form of transformation. Recognize, okay, I really want you to pay very close attention here. This is you now, but this is you in the future. Do you see the difference here? While you might be feeling so torn down, so defeated, so in sorrow and in pain, your future self is here sort of showing you that you're going to make it. You're going to be okay. So you need to be able to see yourself as being successful, okay? We then move into the Five of Cups, okay? This Five of Cups really talks about, you know, whatever this sudden change that has occurred that has brought all of this upheaval in your life. Don't sit there and allow yourself the time to grieve and allow yourself the time to cry over what was lost, but don't stay there. It is so important for you not to stay there. This Five of Cups really talks about crying over spilled milk. If you allow yourself to stay in that moment, right? Even if it's something from your past that has sort of fallen away, if you allow yourself to stay there, then you're going to miss so many other opportunities that are going to be presented to you, right? She is more concentrated here on this one cup that is sort of washing down this drain, but she has a cup behind her, and then there are all these other cups, and there is a road that leads to something new, something better. That she's not viewing. And so that's why it's so important that you don't stay in that loss mode, right? You need to move yourself out of that loss mode. When you can take that journey and that step towards moving past what you've lost, you're basically going to come to the heart of your reading. And the heart of your reading is the Page of Swords, which is good news, right? Which is good news. It's new inspiration. It's new ideas. You're going to be learning so much more about yourself that is going to lead you towards the sun, which is your happiness, right? It's going to lead you towards great success. You're going to heal. You're going to be able to recognize that what you've just experienced is something that sort of birthed something newer in you that is a greater version of who you once were, right? So this new inspiration, this new insight that is going to be coming to you is really all a part of the process, right? In this process, when you go through a dark night of the soul experience, it's really an older you that is dying away and a newer you that is coming to the surface. And when that transitions, you have so many more ideas, so many inspirations. You start to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you sort of feel like you're in this new world that you never knew existed, right? It can be very challenging to go through that experience, especially when you feel like you're going at it alone. But recognize that you're not really alone. It just feels that you're alone. So we're now going to transition into the steps and the advice that Spirit has for you as you go through this, okay? First, we have temperance, okay, which is really about patience, and it's also about alchemy, right? It's about recognizing that when you walk through that journey and you come across into your new self, what's going to be most important here is going to be balance, right? You're going to have to learn to balance both the old you and the new you, and remember to not allow yourself to shift into that negative thinking of who you once were. It's also going to be about creating the magic in your life, really utilizing what is being provided for you and using all of that amazing knowledge that you've really allowed yourself to learn to allow you to create a better life for not only you, but for others that are around you. You're then going to transition into the Three of Wands, which is really about you trusting and having the faith that everything that you are asking for is going to be coming into fruition, right? It's really going to be coming through. It's really about you wanting a new adventure, you wanting a new life, you being able to create a new life that you've always dreamed of, but you've never been sure if you would be able to get there. And this Three of Wands is really Spirit's way of letting you know it's coming. Whatever it is that you've wished for, whatever it is that you've wanted, it's coming to you. You need to just have faith. Keep the path, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, and it's coming, okay? Then we have the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles fell out in reversed. And so these were the three cards that sort of shot out at the same time, and I needed to get a little bit of clarity from Spirit as to where they were meant to fall, where they were meant to go. This Page of Pentacles in reversed, this is going to be very important, okay? As you transition into this new life and you get these new ideas and you go on this new journey and you become the new version of who you are, right? Of who you're, the greatest version of yourself. It's going to be so important that when you get these inspirations and that when you get these desires, that you make sure that they're practical, right? Like, it's okay to dream, but also recognize that when you have those visions and you have those dreams, what are the steps required to get you to achieve that? Recognize that it's not just going to fall in your lap. It's going to require action that has to be rooted in the physical. The important thing here is that you need to make sure that you keep the faith, keep the trust, keep doing the actions that you've been called upon to do, and recognize that Spirit is going to give you, okay? Spirit is going to give you this amazing new opportunity. Now, your outcome card came out with two cards, okay? We had the Devil with the Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Devil here, what I really feel is really saying is that do not be seduced. Do not be charmed by anything that sort of pops into your line or into your life that feels, if it feels too good to be true, then it is, right? There are no easy shortcuts, right? You have to go through every single step, every single journey, because it's going to teach you something. So the Devil here is really as a reminder here to you to remember all that glitters is not always gold. So really keep that in mind. But recognize that Spirit is going to gift you this new opportunity. They're gifting you this new opportunity of abundance, of prosperity, of a new life, of something new, of something great. And it's going to be there for you for the taking. So I absolutely love this, Libra, because this really, despite things feeling really gloomy and really down right now, you are headed on this miraculous journey that is going to bring you into the awareness of who you really are at the core, and it's going to gift you this amazing life. So just remember to be gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to go through the experience. Remember, not all things that glitter are gold. So let's get some additional information and see what else Spirit would like to add to this amazing message for you here, Libra. What additional insight and advice do you have for Libra with this amazing message here, Spirit? Thank you. All right, so here we have, I love this. Okay, here we have Mama Kyocha, which is water, okay? And then we have Lustra, which is new beginnings. I absolutely love this. Okay, here with the water, this is resonating at a 33, okay? Which is a master number, okay? 33 is really going to be a balance of mind, body, and spirit. It's also going to bring in ascended masters. But the water here is really going to represent the waters of life, right? Make sure that as you go through this transition, that you remember, number one, to stay hydrated. Number two, keep your emotions in balance. Don't allow yourself to be emotionally swayed by things, okay? And then you have new beginnings, which I absolutely love, because this new beginnings card matches this Ace of Pentacles that you have here, which really signifies a new opportunity for you, right? You're headed towards something amazing and something beautiful that is going to be that is going to be gifted to you from Spirit. So Libra, that is the message I have for you. I thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you got a lot of amazing nuggets out of this and that you were able to really feel Spirit's love and message here for you. I thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste, guys.